Good morning, friends. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever wondered why some people eat the same food every day, but still don't see the expected results in their health or fitness? They eat nutritious meals, exercise regularly, and try to live a balanced life, yet their energy levels remain low. Their muscles don't grow as expected, and sometimes they even feel weaker. The answer often lies not in what they are eating, but in how they are combining their foods. One of the most common examples of this is the humble egg. Eggs are often celebrated as a powerhouse of nutrition. They are rich in high-quality protein, vitamins like B12 and D, minerals like iron and zinc, and healthy fats. For years, doctors and nutritionists have recommended eggs as a must-have food for athletes, students, and anyone who wants to build strength and stamina. In fact, many people call eggs the king of protein foods. But here's the shocking truth. Eating eggs in the wrong combination can actually make you weaker instead of stronger. Surprising, isn't it? We often assume that if something is healthy, it will always remain healthy no matter what we eat it with. But food science doesn't work that way. Sometimes certain foods clash with each other inside our bodies, creating what experts call anti-nutrient effects. This means that instead of helping us, the combination blocks nutrient absorption, causes digestive discomfort, and in the long run, even weakens muscles and immunity. This is especially true when eggs are eaten with some specific vegetables. Now, before you panic, it's not that these vegetables are unhealthy on their own. In fact, most of them are packed with goodness. The problem arises only when they are paired with eggs. These clashes can interfere with protein absorption, reduce energy levels, and even slow down muscle recovery. And that's exactly why today I want to share with you an eye-opening perspective. Never eat eggs with these 3 vegetables. It weakens your muscles. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through 5 key points that explain why these food combinations can be harmful, and which vegetables you must avoid eating with eggs if you truly want to stay strong, energetic, and healthy. When we talk about healthy eating, spinach and eggs are often 2 foods that come to mind. Spinach is praised for its iron, calcium, and vitamin K, while eggs are called the complete protein because they contain all essential amino acids. Individually, they're both great. But here's the catch. When eaten together, they can cancel out some of each other's benefits. The main problem lies in a natural substance present in spinach called oxalates. Oxalates are compounds that bind to minerals like calcium, iron, and magnesium in the digestive tract, making them harder for the body to absorb. Now, why does this matter with eggs? Because eggs are rich in calcium, phosphorus, and iron, minerals that are essential for muscle contraction, repair, and strength. If you consistently pair spinach and eggs in your meals, for example, scrambled eggs with spinach or an omelet packed with spinach leaves, the oxalates can bind with the calcium and iron from the eggs. Over time, your body might not get enough of these vital minerals. What does this lead to? Weak bones, slower muscle recovery, and in some cases, even fatigue because iron plays a role in carrying oxygen in the blood. Now, to be clear, spinach itself is not bad. It's actually one of the healthiest vegetables out there. The issue only arises when it is consistently combined with eggs. Occasional consumption may not cause noticeable harm, but if your daily breakfast is eggs and spinach, you might be unintentionally weakening your nutrient absorption. Moreover, this can also affect people prone to kidney stones, since oxalates can contribute to stone formation when combined with calcium. So not only are muscles affected, but long-term health risks also increase. The better approach is to eat spinach separately, maybe with citrus fruits, which increase iron absorption, and enjoy eggs with vegetables that actually boost their benefits, such as bell peppers, tomatoes, or broccoli. This way, you get the best of both worlds without nutrient loss. So the first key point is clear. Spinach plus eggs may sound like a power meal, but in reality, it blocks nutrient absorption and weakens your muscles in the long run. When we talk about building muscles, the first nutrient that comes to mind is protein. Protein is the body's construction material. It repairs damaged muscle fibers after exercise, helps create enzymes and hormones, and gives our body the structure it needs. Eggs are often called the gold standard of protein because their amino acid profile is perfectly balanced and easily absorbed by the human body. That's why athletes, gym goers, and even doctors recommend eggs for strength. On the other hand, soybeans are also well known as a protein-rich food. They are a staple in many vegetarian and vegan diets because they contain all 9 essential amino acids, much like eggs. However, here's where things get tricky. When you combine eggs with soybeans or soy-based vegetables, your body may not be able to make full use of the egg protein. Now, why does this happen? The problem lies in a group of compounds in soy called trypsin inhibitors. Trypsin is an important digestive enzyme that helps break down proteins into amino acids so the body can absorb them. Now, when soy is consumed in large amounts alongside eggs, these inhibitors can reduce the activity of trypsin in the digestive system. This means the protein from the eggs, which is otherwise highly digestible, may not be broken down and absorbed efficiently. Over time, this reduces the effectiveness of eggs as a muscle-building food.
There's another layer to this problem. Soy contains phytoestrogens, which are plant-based estrogen-like compounds. While moderate consumption of soy is not harmful, excessive intake combined with egg protein may shift the hormonal balance slightly, which could interfere with muscle growth, testosterone levels, and recovery speed in men. For women, too, this imbalance could affect metabolism and energy. So imagine this scenario. You have eggs for breakfast and a soy-based stir-fry for lunch, thinking you are doubling your protein intake. Instead of doubling the benefit, you may actually be reducing the impact of the egg protein because the soy is blocking some of its absorption. In the long run, this could lead to slower muscle recovery, weaker performance in sports or exercise, and less visible strength gains. Now, does this mean soy is bad? Not at all. Soy is still a good plant-based protein source, but it needs to be eaten smartly. The solution is simple. Don't pair soy and eggs in the same meal if your goal is muscle strength and protein efficiency. Instead, space them out. Have eggs in the morning and soy-based dishes later in the day. This way, your digestive system can process both proteins fully without one interfering with the other. To sum it up, the second key point is, soybeans and eggs may look like a protein powerhouse combination, but in reality, soy can interfere with egg protein absorption, reducing its muscle-building benefits. For stronger muscles, keep them apart. When people talk about healthy food, onions almost always make the list. They're rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, sulfur compounds, and fiber. Onions help boost immunity, improve heart health, and even support digestion when eaten in the right way. Eggs, too, are hailed as an easily digestible source of protein and healthy fats. Naturally, many of us think combining the two, for example in an omelet with chopped onions, is a smart idea. But here's the surprising truth. While onions and eggs may taste good together, eating them in large amounts or too frequently in combination can actually place a burden on your digestive system. The main issue lies in the sulfur compounds present in onions. These compounds are responsible for the strong smell and sharp flavor of onions, but when consumed with protein-rich foods like eggs, they can make digestion more difficult. Eggs already require a fair amount of energy from the digestive system because of their protein and fat content. When sulfur-heavy onions are added, the body needs to work harder to break down the meal, which can lead to discomfort. Many people who eat onion-rich egg dishes report symptoms like bloating, gas, or stomach heaviness. This is because onions are also high in fructans, a type of carbohydrate that ferments quickly in the gut. For people with sensitive stomachs or conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, this fermentation can create excess gas and bloating. When this happens regularly, the nutrients from eggs, particularly proteins and amino acids that muscles need, may not be absorbed efficiently. Poor absorption means weaker support for muscle repair and growth. There's also another factor. Onions stimulate the production of gastric juices, which in small amounts can aid digestion. But when combined excessively with eggs, this stimulation can backfire, causing acidity, indigestion, or even diarrhea in some people. Over time, repeated digestive strain can weaken the gut lining and reduce overall nutrient absorption, which directly impacts muscle health. Athletes and fitness enthusiasts often underestimate this point. They assume that if a food is nutritious, eating it in bigger quantities will automatically increase strength. But the truth is, no matter how much protein or vitamins you eat, if your digestive system is overloaded, your body won't use those nutrients properly. This is where the concept of digestive burden comes in, the cost of energy your body spends just to break down food. The higher the burden, the fewer nutrients are absorbed for muscle building. This doesn't mean you should avoid onions completely. Onions are healthy in moderation and can add valuable antioxidants to your diet. The key is balance. Use onions sparingly when cooking with eggs, just enough for flavor but not so much that it overwhelms the dish. Alternatively, eat eggs with other vegetables like bell peppers or tomatoes, which aid digestion instead of burdening it. Save onion-heavy dishes for meals that don't rely on egg protein as the primary nutrient source. In short, the third key point is, onions and eggs, when over-combined, can burden the digestive system, reduce nutrient absorption, and weaken muscle development. Moderation is the key to making this combination safe and beneficial. When we eat food, we don't just consume nutrients, we consume energy potential. Every bite we take either fuels our body to perform better or drains energy by making digestion harder. Eggs are known as one of the most efficient energy foods because they provide a balance of protein, fats, and essential vitamins. A boiled egg, for example, offers sustained energy without spiking blood sugar levels. That's why so many people eat eggs for breakfast. They set the tone for a productive, energetic day. But what happens when we combine eggs with the wrong foods, particularly certain vegetables? Instead of delivering steady energy, the body ends up using more energy to digest the meal than it gains from the nutrients. This phenomenon is often referred to as an energy drain. Here's why. Digestion itself consumes energy. When food combinations clash, they slow down the digestive process. For example, pairing eggs with foods high in anti-nutrients like spinach, which contains oxalates, or soybeans, which have trypsin inhibitors, means your digestive system has to work overtime to break down and absorb what's left. Similarly, onion-rich egg dishes can trigger bloating and discomfort, making the body divert energy away from physical and mental performance just to handle digestion. Over time, this repeated digestive strain can weaken the gut lining and reduce overall nutrient absorption, which directly impacts muscle health. Athletes and fitness enthusiasts often underestimate this point. They assume that if a food is nutritious, eating it in bigger quantities will automatically increase strength. But the truth is, no matter how much protein or vitamins you eat, if your digestive system is overloaded, your body won't use those nutrients properly. This is where the concept of digestive burden comes in, the cost of energy your body spends just to break down food. The higher the burden, the fewer nutrients are absorbed for muscle building. This doesn't mean you should avoid onions completely. Onions are healthy in moderation and can add valuable antioxidants to your diet. The key is balance. Use onions sparingly when cooking with eggs, just enough for flavor, but not so much that it overwhelms the dish. Alternatively, eat eggs with other vegetables like bell peppers or tomatoes, which aid digestion instead of burdening it. Save onion-heavy dishes for meals that don't rely on egg protein as the primary nutrient source.
So the fourth key point is, eggs are an energy powerhouse, but when eaten with the wrong vegetables, the body spends more energy digesting than it gains, leading to fatigue, poor stamina, and weaker muscles over time. We've now looked at how certain food clashes, like eggs with spinach, soybeans, or too much onion, can weaken muscles instead of strengthening them. But this raises an important question. If some combinations are harmful, what should we eat instead? The answer lies in the principle of a balanced diet. A balanced diet isn't just about eating a variety of foods, it's about eating them in the right proportions and in the right combinations so that nutrients are absorbed, not wasted. Eggs on their own are incredibly nutritious, but when we pair them with vegetables that complement their strengths, they become even more powerful. For example, eggs are rich in fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. To absorb these vitamins properly, the body needs healthy fats. Luckily, eggs already contain some fats, but pairing them with vegetables like tomatoes, carrots, or bell peppers adds extra antioxidants like lycopene and beta-carotene, which work better in the presence of egg fats. This not only boosts immunity, but also supports faster muscle recovery after exercise. Similarly, combining eggs with broccoli or zucchini provides fiber that aids digestion without interfering with protein absorption. This ensures that the amino acids from eggs are properly delivered to muscles, where they're needed most. Unlike soy or spinach, which block nutrients, these vegetables actually enhance the nutrient profile of eggs. Another aspect of balance is timing. Eating eggs in the morning paired with light vegetables gives steady energy throughout the day. On the other hand, heavy combinations at night can overload digestion and disturb sleep, which is when the body repairs and builds muscle. A balanced diet considers not just what you eat, but also when you eat it. Hydration and supporting nutrients also play a role. Eggs provide protein, but muscles also need magnesium, potassium, and calcium for proper contraction and strength. That's why pairing eggs with vegetables high in these minerals, like leafy greens, other than spinach, sweet potatoes, or avocados, creates a balanced meal that fuels the body holistically. The mistake many people make is focusing on a single superfood and ignoring the bigger picture. Yes, eggs are a superfood, but only in the right context. If you pair them with foods that clash, you lose half the benefit. If you pair them with foods that complement, you double the benefit. That is the power of balance. So the key takeaway is this: strong muscles don't just come from eating protein, they come from eating protein wisely, in harmony with other nutrients. Balance ensures that what you eat is actually absorbed and put to use, instead of being blocked or wasted. In conclusion, while we must avoid pairing eggs with spinach, soybeans, and excess onion, we should also focus on smart combinations, like eggs with tomatoes, bell peppers, or broccoli. A balanced diet transforms eggs from a good food into a truly great one, fueling strength, stamina, and long-term health. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have seen, eggs are indeed one of nature's most powerful foods, packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals that strengthen our body and fuel our energy. But as surprising as it may sound, the way we combine eggs with other foods can either maximize their benefits or silently weaken our muscles. Spinach blocks mineral absorption, soybeans interfere with protein efficiency, and too much onion burdens digestion. These aren't myths, but realities of food science that remind us that health is not just about what we eat, but how wisely we eat it. The truth is simple. Muscles are not built in the gym alone, but also in the kitchen. Every bite we take is either a step forward toward strength or a step backward into weakness. That is why a balanced diet matters more than any single superfood. Eggs, when paired with the right vegetables like tomatoes, bell peppers, and broccoli, can truly become the powerhouse they are meant to be. So the next time you sit down to enjoy your eggs, remember this message. Don't just eat for taste, eat for strength. Make every meal a conscious choice, because the food we eat today becomes the energy, stamina, and muscles we rely on tomorrow. Stay mindful, stay healthy, and let your diet be the strongest partner in your journey to success. Thank you.